Now we are going to discuss about the second type of fission, that is multiple fission. Multiple fission takes place in both conditions, that is favorable condition also and unfavorable condition. In unfavorable condition, this all unicellular organism, you can call it as protozoan or many of the algae also, fungi also, what do? They develop a cyst. They develop the thick layering, and this thick layering is known as cyst. They protect all the nuclei inside, and when this nuclei start enlarging, it bursts out and all the nuclei come out. If they get favorable condition, they will make irregular body. If they are getting unfavorable condition, then they will give rise to again now cyst. So this is the type of multiple fission in unicellular organism under unfavorable conditions. Now we are going to discuss about the condition of favorable, that is malarial parasite. As you people know, malarial parasite causes malaria, which is of 4 types, which you will read in further class. That is known as falciparum ovale, malarial falciparum, Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium falciparum, Plasmodium ovale, and Plasmodium malariae. So we are going to discuss about malarial parasite. As you know, the female Anopheles mosquito stomach consists the egg that is known as oocyte. This oocyte will remain in a stomach. When they come and bite on human hand or any part of the body, they releases their egg with saliva. They releases this egg inside the RBC. This RBC contains the sporozoite. Now this oocyte become sporozoite, and now under favorable condition, it start making many nuclei in the cytoplasm. As we know, RBC do not contain nuclei, it contain only cytoplasm. So with a bit of cytoplasm, it start multiplying more and more in number, and it will give rise to merozoite. Now this merozoite make their structure big and big, which do not make this RBC to contain at the large time. So what happened? It burst out. This RBC burst out, and all this merozoite start infecting another RBC, which reaches to liver. And as you know, liver is the origination of RBC. So as it goes to the liver, it starts showing the symptom of malaria in the body, means shivering and chilling in the body, which show the symptom of malaria. Now the next is plasmotomy. Plasmotomy, this always takes place in giant amoeba. In this giant amoeba, what happened in this condition? This may take place with the help of protoplasm. The giant amoeba protoplasm make many number of amoeba. So this is the kind of plasmotomy. So student, don't get confused after seeing all this figure together, because in this figure, first part we are going to discuss about budding, and the next part we are going to discuss about spore formation. These are also the type of asexual reproduction. Now in budding, you will see 2 type of budding takes place in an organism, that is known as internal budding and external budding. Internal budding is also known as endogenous budding, which always takes place in sponges. In this condition, the fruiting body is known as gemmules. This you will get in the figure of NCERT. These are very important topic because it always come in 1 marks question. Maybe in MCQ it will come. So in this endogenous condition, internal budding, you will see in sponges that a bud remain inside the internal body, which has microparticles micropyle end. This is the opening, we call it as micropyle, and this bud is protected with the help of thorny structure, we call it as spicules. So what happened, this bud may start enlarging, it start making number of bud which start giving pressure to the micropyle protuberance, taking out all the bud outside. It may give rise to new sponges. So this is the internal type of budding. Now we are going to discuss about the external type of budding, which is also known as exogenous budding. This which always takes place in hydra. In hydra you will see on the lateral part of the body a bud appear. This I have shown you in the slide of in class 11. So a bud may get detached from the lateral body part and it may give rise to new hydra. So in this way the new hydra appear. Now the next is sporulation. This is also a type of budding. Only in this you will see that the body part of this giant hydra, it may get detached from the body part and give rise to new organism. Now we are going to discuss about spore formation. As you know, spore formation is very common in algae and in fungi. So in fungi you will see a spore. All the spores, number of spores get together in a bag-like structure. We called it as sporangiospore. And it may burst out either in favorable condition or unfavorable condition with the help of any agent, and all the spores will come out and they may give rise to new organism. Zoospore. Zoospore are totally motile spore that you have read in fungi chapter last year in class 11. Aplanospore that are non-motile structure. Then after you will get the Conidiaceae that I told you in Melemaspora limei, in TC के पत्तों पे हमें ये मिलता है, that conidiophore, the conidia structure type of sporangium. You will get Oodia. Oodia are the thin walled nuclei present on a body part which may get detached and then give rise to new organism. Chlamydophora, these are the thick walled cell which may get detached, and in this condition they may give rise to new organism. Ascocarp, Asci, these are the fruiting body present inside the sporangium. It may burst out, it may give rise to sac fungi that you read in class 11. Basidiocarp, club fungi. They also contain the number of spores which may burst out, which may give rise to club fungi, especially agaricus. Now, these are the different type of spores which may give rise to diseases in wheat or in maize. So these structures are known as uredospore and teletospore. So among all these three, infusion, budding and spore formation is considered as the best method of asexual reproduction, because in this condition the number of spores are collected in a bag-like structure which may give rise to an organism. So there will be chances of survivability of any of the spore. So this is the best method of asexual reproduction.